like I said, we will look into that goal score for you. Hofer there.
Inside the Patterson Ice Center here. DU getting ready for the third period against Robert Morris. It is 1-0 with 40 minutes in the books, 20 to go. Matt, third period getting started. What's the message here?
Third period is obviously the Panthers got to maintain their same pace here, and they got to stay on top of this threatening Robert Morris Eagles team. And you've seen penalties exchanged in that period, and none worse for wear for both the sides as both goaltenders made the saves they had to make. And obviously, Bulgarian contested a bit more in that period, having to make 2 quality breakaway stops. But the Panthers played a solid period as they did in the first, and I look for nothing else but the same here in this third period. And obviously, we got great tunes going here. My energy level's up. I know yours is, and hopefully yours back home is as well. And we got some great camera work here, and we got some exciting action for you in this third period. So stay tuned and don't turn away from our broadcast, as it's only a 1-0 game here and a fresh 20 minutes on the board here, and we'll have our third period as the fresh biscuits handed to the official, and he'll be set for the opening faceoff.
That's one thing I don't know if anybody can or will complain about me for, is lack of energy.
Most definitely. That's why that speaker crackles here, ladies and gentlemen, because the equipment can't handle our intensity. Unfortunate for them, I'm a bit.
I like that. I like that. Why are we just thinking about that in those 2 games before to go? The equipment just can't handle Matt and I. That's exactly what it is, folks.
Tomorrow it might explode. We may lose broadcast at some point, but we'll try our darndest to get it back if that happens.
Oh, well said, Matt. Well said. It looks like the officials having a conversation with a couple Panther players.
Maybe giving the ice a bit of time to settle.
Yeah.
It did look to be flooded fairly well. And, obviously, there's some intense plays and some hefty boys out there, so definitely some strong cuts made into that ice and giving it the most time it can to rest and heal up here and give us a smooth surface here for this third period.
All right. It looks like huddle's broken here, and actually now the referee will go and have a conversation with some of the Morris players here.
And looks like we're set to go. He signals to both goaltenders, signals to the scorer's box, and we're set for this faceoff.
And here we go. Eckler in to take the draw, and it'll be won, though, by Robert Morris, and they'll look to jump right in. Lead pass or dumping an opportunity, got deflected, ended up high around the boards, and shot right back in deep by Pontello. DU still on it, looking for a way to break out will be Eckler. Long stretch pass, hit the glove of Holden. Will be controlled now by Montague. He'll go D to D, and Toes just slamming it off the wall. Hopefully knock it down, but coming over the top to help out will be Bo Jacobs. He'll cycle back into the corner. Winkler was there. Winkler now running to by Hofer. Winkler looking to wrap. A save made. Rebound loose in the high slot. DU clearing men out, and Frank will clear the puck. He's held. No call forthcoming. And I think they're going to say that the puck's in the bench, but no call is... I don't know how that's not a call when you get your loose hand onto a player and throw him down, but, well, oh well.
Most definitely, and that's just this Panther squad getting under the nerves of this Eagles squad as they have all game, and definitely seeing guys, as you mentioned before, in the Eagles not accustomed to taking penalties and already having 2 or 3 so far in the game. So the Panthers doing an excellent job there and taking a page out of Mason Bollinger's book, getting under the opponent's skin. So it looks like everybody's on the same page tonight, and they're doing the best they can against this Eagles squad.
So Munford, McCarthy, and Kleiman will now come out.
And Munford has got an extensive period of playing time thus far in this game.
Yep.
He's the PK, and obviously out there with a great pairing, obviously providing some physical support for them. And he's been good tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He's got his big wheels turning, and he's definitely throwing the body as well.
Looking for a toss past the Kleiman. It never connected, but on the follow-up, he'll poke it along the wall. Again, if you're slated on a line chart with McCarthy and Kleiman, you're probably going to see a fair amount of ice time during the course of a hockey game.
Oh, as the lineman takes a tumble there, so maybe not letting the ice set up enough, but he's none worse for wear, as you'd say.
Oh, big rebound.
Is forced to make a toe stopper save there.
And luckily, Chapman couldn't corral the rebound. Puck works around to the near side. Walsh behind the net. Nice little head-up saucer pass there. Unable to handle it cleanly was McCarthy. The follow-up by Munford. A step too far for Lale, but DU will make changes back behind the play. A light forecheck applied by Lale. That'll allow DU to make changes. Now climbing up on the forecheck, but it'll get to Ernst. He'll flip it ahead. It got caught up in the skates of Lale. DU looking for an offside call. On second effort, Wishmeyer will get it out to center, and turning with it will be Kuda. And unable to gain the red line was Mordarano, but it doesn't look like that there was going to be the icing call anyway, and DU again gets it right out to center, and again it's fired back in by the Eagles. Bealey a stretch pass. That could have been touched by Kuda, they say, so no icing. Trying to cut in now will be Flood and Ogden. They're working together. 2-on-2 battle along the wall. Now it's going to be chipped out off the stanchion, and pulling back behind the play will be Dustin Wishmeyer. Very comfortable in a defensive position. Spent a lot of time there 2 seasons ago. Or maybe it was even last season. Windecker flipped it ahead. Ogden trying to run his man off. Good little poke check by Wishmeyer. A lot of play here at center. Ice here is trying to cut in. Will be the very angry Sargis. They lay it back to the point and work it D to D. Kuda shot, that was blocked away, and Hamilton was in front, dangerous. Now it's Popoff looking to make a play along the wall. Ogden ran him off. And coming over to get it will be Moritano. Moritano was brought down by Bealey. Bealey plays it around to the half. Flood will force it out further. It was sent right back in by D'Amico. DU having trouble getting out of their own end here. Ogden couldn't clear it. Help comes by way of Wishmeyer, and now DU will come. 2 to center. 2-on-2. Looking to get wide will be Windecker. He beats his man. A chance. Rebound Ogden. Oh, and it would not go for Ogden. Unbelievable chance for Matt. Let's head back the other way. Looking to cut to the middle will be Popoff. He will, dragging the skate, but unable to. All the way was D'Amico on an offside call.
We've seen Windecker game in and game out his entire career make that play as he streaks down the near boards here on your camera angle and cuts to the net and forces Petrak to make a great stop, and the rebound was wide open there for Ogden, and just as Flood did in the second period, he just couldn't get it all into the net. Obviously that puck went wide, or Petrak made another fabulous stop, so the Panthers coming out strong here in this first period, and the bodies continue to fly here, both teams aside.
Petrak will now play it around. It's knifed down by Bollinger. He's got Poland in the high slot, fumbled it. He gains again, and that was blocked, and after hitting a couple of legs, it'll end up onto the stick of Winkler. Poland trying to cut it off. Good steal by Poland, and he just backhands it back in, and Twos will go back to get it.
There's been some excellent stick lifts here on the back check, both teams aside. A lot of resembling Pavel Datsuk out there, and there's been some continuous effort. Nobody giving up, everybody in stride, no one coasting out there, and that's why it's resulting in these fabulous plays.
This is an offside play as Jacobs had his man tied up along the wall. Now able to bring it in onside will be number 5, Simak. His shot from a cute angle ends up carrying all around the boards to Diaz, who kept it in. Look out here. Pinello a shot, and that just went wide. Pontello were looking good with an opportunity, but Eckler will force it on. Poland full speed ahead, made one man miss, but the other man came over the top and got it, and Pontello's on it again now. Diagonal dump into the corner. Walsh looking around, he's got time and space. He'll lay it around to a man who's got more time and space. Pass the outlet off the wall is a good one. Frank took a hit, ran his man down, couldn't take the puck with him. Eckler couldn't follow up, and now Riley will bring in. Riley trying to cut under Walsh. Walsh said no thank you. Penalty upcoming. And
that's going to be to the Eagles here, and your Panthers are going to have a power play, as most definitely Hofer. I feel so bad for him because he's the brunt of a lot of plays and a lot of illegal plays. He's the one who's the victim of the penalty, and the Panthers was all in the power play, so he's got to be happy as he's got some time to recuperate here on the bench before his unit's out there, as the first unit is out here with Cody Walsh manning the point, and also Bo Jacobs. So another opportunity here for your Panthers, and let's see if they can capitalize on it. Obviously with a 1-goal lead here, a very, very tight-knit game, but let's see if the Panthers can force the Eagles goaltender Petrak to make saves for his team, and obviously put some good scoring opportunities on the net for our team.
Face-off won by DU. Let's see if those scoring chances can come. Walsh wanted to shoot it. You could tell he couldn't do anything with it, though. Pass through the crease, a turn and backhand, and never really found anything, and it gets all the way down to the netminder.
Almost a very fortunate bounce there for your Panthers. That one sort of deflected off a Eagles defender's face mask and almost landed on to the side winger's stick for your Panthers, but nonetheless they get a good breakout. Puck's turn over there. A good breakout pass, so
Frank,
let's see if they can regroup here as they get a turnover off the Eagles.
All right, now Frank, he couldn't corral it. Again, we play hot potato, too hot off of Walsh's skate, and now he'll get it settled with 1:23 gone by, or excuse me, still to go with a man advantage. Frank at center. Goes across for Jacobs, cycles back to Walsh, back to Jacobs. Back to Walsh. Good forecheck, a one-man forecheck by D'Amico, forcing this all the way back, and now they'll load up. Walsh with a good outlet, directed in by Frank. He's got Bollinger going in on the back side of it. Petrak will tee it up, though, and that's just going to get fired right back down as DU was making changes anyway. Windecker. Gives it to Kleiman. Kleiman with speed over the line. Outside rim of the circle. Two men chase him. One poked the puck off. It was fanned on the clearing attempt. Windecker, a seeing eye shot, and it squirted away. Eckler now trying to follow up. He'll get it deep for Bollinger. Bollinger's tried to sweep it back to Kleiman. It was intercepted, though, with room to clear, and that'll get out to center where Windecker will corral. McCarthy had it poked off by a diving Winkler, but he was able to recover at center. Kind of some lazy stick chops here, and those are dangerous plays by the Eagles, but so far nothing bad coming from any of those. Windecker made a nifty move and helped keep it in. Now he's below the face-off dot, tied up there, 17 to go in the power play. Windecker, one hand on a stick, handled it around. Great job by him. Bollinger now, saucers one to the point. Eckler a shot, Bollinger in front, and it's directed wide, and the rebound. Bollinger couldn't get free for it, and that's going to be cleared. It hit the official. Eckler pulls it out before it could have gone for offside, but DU was coming back anyway, and we're even strength.
Very friendly bounce there, and obviously the official being in the way gave the Panthers that turnover, and they were able to get back into zone and also get a change there of the power play units.
Bollinger now from a sharp angle, tried to roll it in front. There was nobody there. Bollinger, this is going to go to Bollinger. His stick just accidentally by chance got caught up with somebody up high, and they're going to call the high sticking.
Yeah, and he's trying to plead his case now, but the official's seen the head whip back, and that's sort of the signal that, something struck him in the face, and there's going to be a high sticking penalty to Bollinger. But yes, he was hit, and he was falling down, and as his stick elevated, the Eagles player was there. But we see power getting vice versa here, and now the Panthers PK unit will be out for
hopefully 2 minutes, exactly.
But the Panthers playing well here, and let's see what this Eagles unit has. As it may have seen a little tweak here from the last time we've seen it.
Jacobs trying to golf swing it out. He couldn't get to it, though, and now Diaz has it, top of the circle. Sends it all across ice. Now they work it to the middle. O'Connell, a shot, and he scores. A point shot by O'Connell. Heavy traffic in front, and a power play tally, and we're tied at 1.
Most definitely, there's 4 guys from the Robert Morris power play in front of Phil Graveline, so we can only imagine with the PK unit there as well, a total of probably 8 players in front of Phil Graveline, and the seeing eye shot from the point from O'Connell beats Graveline on the low glove side, but that's a quick striking power play unit right there. They won the draw, so give them time to set up, and they tie this game at 1, so this game gets that much closer, and we're back to even aside, and both teams got to keep going hard here as the score is up for anybody now.
Time of that goal will be at the 7-minute 15-second mark. Hofer back to get it. He'll slam it off the wall, and it'll end up getting out to center ice at least. Missed the call on the goal. Meanwhile, Wishmeyer moving in. He's got Ogden on the backside. Wishmeyer a shot and a shrugging save. It didn't sound like they had announced O'Connell. It almost sounded like they said number 9, Nick Webster, so maybe it hit something in front, but...
It could be a possibility, as there was pretty much everybody on the ice except for O'Connell in front of Phil Graveline, and it had to have hit somebody possibly, as that was definitely a soft wrist shot from the point and could have been deflected as it cleanly passed the goaltender for your Panthers.
DU off a face-off win. Walsh on a backhand about to get scores! DU gets it right back!
And that one's a tip for sure, as it looks like RJ Kleiman's going to get the credit with that goal as he tipped it high in the slot and got that puck bouncing on the glove side of the Eagles goaltender. So 2 goals exchanged, very, very similar, and the Panthers are right back, and that's what their game's been tonight. They've been preventing the offense of the Eagles, and they've been striking at timely fashions, and that's a timely goal there for your Panthers. And we'll wait for the official call to see if Kleiman does indeed pick that up. But I'm going to have to say he did get that tip after the shot from the point, so a great goal there for your Panthers, and they're back on the board here with 2.
You gotta love the irony of Cody Walsh, who just lets bottle rockets fly, throws a changeup on, and it's redirected in.
As Phil Graveline blockers one up and out of play, and the faceoff will come off to his right side, but
still have the NHL rule in place where if the goaltender sends it right out of play, it is a penalty, so it'll be a delay a game on Petrak. Not if a defenseman does, but if a netminder does.
Yep, and it has to go over the glass. So if that would have went over out of play on the bench, it would not have resulted in a penalty, since it went over the short glass there off the Petrak's glove hand side, just above the Pharaoh's Pizza sign on your television screen or computer screen. And that results in a game call.
And here we go on the DU power play, but it's going to be one, and look out here. Riley's full speed ahead. Riley trying to get by Kleiman. He couldn't, and then he just gets wrestled down behind the net. Eckler forced back. Eckler tied up along the wall. Great work by Riley on the penalty kill. But now Windecker makes a nice short little pass to McCarthy. He's got full speed, and he'll wire it in deep. Kleiman will pick it up on the far side and swing it right back in. McCarthy's got it with time. McCarthy outside rim of the face-off circle. Works it back to Windecker. Shot there, blocked away. McCarthy right back in on it. Pushed it in to Bollinger, I believe. Bollinger had it tied up along the wall, wanted to make a diving play, and he did. Good job by DU keeping it in. McCarthy to the slot, looking to let it go. Shot was blocked. Rebound, a shot, and it didn't go. Coming over the top will be Windecker. He fanned on it. Look out here, and it's just going to be knocked away and chopped out to center. A minute.
We've seen some rushes back and forth. We've seen Jacobs get his hit back on, and the Panthers are buzzing out here, ladies and gentlemen. And obviously, we're going to try and see the full force of what the Eagles offense is going to have here now as they're down by 1.
That play, ooh, wow, that play looked offside. They say not, and McConnell's shot just goes wide. Rebound, Karams all the way out the center. We'll see. Mock will have to go play it. Diaz now. He got hit by McCarthy, but he saucers one into the corner. Kleiman plays it around. Bealey with it. He'll send it up to McCarthy, who tried to lift it out to center. Didn't work on first attempt, and Bealey went out, played around to Windecker. Munford will direct it out to center. Hit with a high stick, no. Play on here. Munford pushes it forward, and now having to go over to cover was Diaz. Long bomb pass, didn't get out as far as 6 to go. The face-off's moving back down to the DU end.
Phil Graveline contested there as he's forced to make some big heads. And obviously the puck in the zone for a long period of time. You know his legs are burning there as he's forced to remain in a stance for an extensive period of time. And we're going to get a timeout call here by Phil Sweeney to give this line some rest and obviously his goaltender some rest. And we're going to step aside as well.
Absolutely. We'll be back with the conclusion of this one. DU by 1, latter stages, third period.
The piggy bank. When you were a kid, it was the symbol of savings and responsibility, helping you to save money for the things you really wanted. You can simply shop at Meijer, where your money goes further with our low Meijer prices on thousands of items you use every day. And don't forget about our great sales. Plus, you can save even more by signing up for M-Perks, so you can take advantage of great offers with our digital coupons and rewards. You know, come to think about it, Meijer is just like a piggy bank, but even better.
6:26 to go in the hockey game. DU by 1. The leading goal would go from by Kleiman from Walsh at the 7:46 mark. Kleiman's goal is his 12th of the year. He extends his point streak to 5 games with the tally, and now DU's got to play defense for the next 6.5 minutes. Chapman in to take the draw for the visitors. Wishmeyer for the Panthers. Wishmeyer ties up Chapman. Look out, turned over. Hofer had a little bit of a hook. No call forthcoming. They work at D to D. And penalty coming. A roughing call, and I believe it's to Sargas.
And Winston Hofer once again the victim of the penalty, and he's doing his job here, ladies and gentlemen. The last 2 calls called against him, but hopefully that's all who's going to the box is Sargas, and it looks like it is. And that's his 3rd penalty.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and the guy who, as you mentioned before, didn't even average a penalty minute a game pretty much throughout the season, picks up some substantial minutes here tonight. And you know the Panthers have definitely gotten under his skin. And when a leader like that from this Eagles team's like that, you know his team's going to be frustrated as well. And the Panthers are given yet another opportunity here on the power play with 6:29 remaining in this one.
All right, big 2-minute advantage for DU here. Nothing gets by defensively at the point. It's just as much important that you don't give anything up as well as maybe getting one more. That puck's going to be fired around off the face-off win, and Windecker will corral at center. Good lined up here, and Kleiman's got it with speed. Bollinger and McCarthy with him. Kleiman fought right through, gets it over to McCarthy. He scores! What a drive by McCarthy! DU by a pair!
Wow. buzzed up now. Now they're really going hard, and everybody's on their feet here, and we can see here the excitement from this crowd here at the Patterson Ice Center. Some people come and get some high fives here in the press box, but this play there, McCarthy did not get off his horse, and he crashed on that, got a good feed, and made no doubt about him, buried it past over aggressive D-track, and gives your Panthers that 2-goal lead here with 6:10 remaining in this one, folks.
And off of the goal, we now get a timeout the other way. We'll take this one with them. Actually, you know what? Let's keep it right here, as a matter of fact. Phil Windecker started that play in his own end, laid it up for Kleiman, who took it end-to-end, slipped through two guys with Bollinger helping to kind of cause a little bit of a legal pick right at the blue line, and then a great pass across, and McCarthy, who, as we mentioned off the top, has struggled as of late, held off the score sheet in his last 4, I believe 5 games, gets a huge goal here.
Definitely does, and we've seen the anticipation building from the first period and the second period with Flood missing prime opportunities, Mumford missing prime opportunities, and a number of others, and we see it capped off there with the streakiness and the will of McCarthy, and he's had a physical game here tonight. He's played extremely well board play. He gets his name on the board and gives the Panthers that big 2-goal lead. So obviously on the bench here, Kosri rearing, there's still time left on his clock. We gotta stay on our horse here. We still have to be pressure on this team, pounce on them when we got it, because we know if we walk away here tonight with this victory, tomorrow is just gonna be as worse, and if not, a greater physical battle. Obviously both teams have to get iced up, get some recuperation, get a good meal in, but your Panthers have a 2-goal lead here, and the official will grab a new puck here, and we'll be set for the face-off.
So it's a 2-point night for Kleiman. He now has, during his 5-game point streak, he now has 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points. McCarthy breaks a 5-game scoring drought, and 2 more points for Bollinger to increase his point streak to 4 games. And now I believe he's taken the team lead with an assist, and or actually I believe that puts us at 3 guys with 39 points for DU at the top of the score sheet here, but let's get back to it. Poland was interfered. They don't call that. Puck cleared out. White now a riser that got the glass and went out of play.
Oh, an errant turnover there off of what definitely should have been an interference call, but this shot on net is we're accustomed to seeing him getting shots in stride, and luckily for the Eagles defense, they were able to get a guy in the shot line, and he made a nice toe save there for his goaltender and got that puck up and out of play.
Poland turns and shoots, and it just at the last seconds redirected away. Near dagger there, a blind centering pass up the middle was knocked down by Poland. DU seems to be getting stronger, but it's brought back by Riley. He'll look to get by Poland on a back check, ran him off. Walsh is hit into the wall. He seems done the worst for wear as we go on. Puck behind the net where Chapman will look to play it around. Turned over and DU's on it. A little bit of a shuffle to center, and now giving chase after it will be Bollinger. As much time as you can spend back here is where you want to be. Bollinger looking to knock anybody over not wearing Davenport white. Frank ran his man down at center. Now he looks to push it further as he ties up McConnell. Back to get it will be Pontello. Flip to the line, intercepted by Frank, dumped right back in as we approach the 5-minute mark here. Eagles looking to load up here. Winkler on a long feed, Eckler on a force. Braun on by Seamock. He'll look to get wide. Fire shot on, saved by Gravelin. Look out, rebounds loose, and DU will just shuffle it right out to center. Pontello will turn. He'll roll it in. Gravelin will tee it up. Play it cleanly. He'll slam it off the glass. Cohen trying to get over. He kept it in. Jacobs now will fire it right back around. Second effort, Hofer directed out to center again by DU. 4.5 to play here. Number 12 DU. Number 2 Robert Morris. Eckler looking to come up with it. 3-1 Panthers. Eckler wanting to shoot it in. He couldn't. Seamock got run over by Jacobs. They tangle. It's grabbed by Eckler and played on to Flood. Flood outside rim of the near side circle. Throws the brakes on, looking in front. He's tied. Jacobs looking to step in on the play. Thought better of it as the puck's now below the red line, and Montague's got to fire it around. Nearly turned over, but the Eagles are going to be able to bring it up here. 2-1-2, and chipping it in will be D'Amico. He falls down, no call forthcoming. Ogden pops it up. No, yes, high sticking, I believe, hit with a high stick. Faceoff will stay in deep with now just 3:55 to go in period 3.
And we see Jacobs getting more physical play there. Obviously, on the premier player on this Eagles team, Simachi made fabulous plays here tonight, and he's been on his game. Unfortunate for his team, they've been struggling thus far, and the Panthers are definitely getting under his skin now as well. And the Panthers doing everything they need to limit these offensive opportunities that this Eagles squad has put on thus far in their complete season.
Whoa, a shot by Diaz and Popoff got a stick on it, and that didn't go wide by much. Gravelin swatted at it and may have gotten a piece of it. Now it's shot right back in here by the Eagles. They're pouring 2-4 checkers in deep there. Puck centered out and fired right back in as the Eagles try not to let anything get by center. Windecker slams it off the wall. Popoff looking to keep it in. Windecker will head. He's looking for an open wing, gets it to McCarthy, and McCarthy puts it back in deep, 3:20 to go. Diaz on a stretch. Couldn't be handled cleanly by number 17, Ellis trying to cut through. Now brought in again by the Eagles. Look out here, trying to get wide. Riley Gravelin got the first one, and the second will not go. Where is it? He's got it in the glove. What a couple of stops by Gravelin.
Wow, two unreal glove saves there, ladies and gentlemen. The second one, no one knew where it was, but Phil Gravelin did, and sort of I did, I guess, in a goaltender's perspective, and maybe Clayton Brown to the right of me, as we've seen that one go in the catch and glove. But Phil Gravelin has game here tonight, and he made two superb saves once again, as he's made throughout this entire contest. And we have 3:06 remaining, and hopefully he won't have to make any more big stops as he did in that one, but he may have to, and if he does, I'm fully confident in his abilities tonight.
3:06 to go. Let's see if we can keep Gravelin out from making a save. Walsh is boarded behind the play. Referee had turned his head. There's a big hit. Things getting physical now as the Eagles seem to be stepping up their physical game. DU playing the smart game. Poland gets it out to center. No, not enough for icing. We're now at the 2 3/4 minute mark. DU by a pair. That's chopped ahead, intercepted and errant. Jacobs couldn't get it deep the first time. He'll send it deep the second time. There's a turnover to Bollinger. A drive into the gut of the netminder Petrak, but we'll get a whistle on a face-off with 2:34 to go in the face-off all the way back in the DU offensive end.
That's right, and over these past few shifts, we see the Eagles team starting to tighten up on their sticks, making forced turnovers, making errant passes, and your Panthers are in those lanes and they're getting shots on Petrak that probably shouldn't be occurring, and that's seeing a bit of the nerves here in this Eagles squad. Obviously playing a close game here. Obviously DU number 12, the Eagles number 2. Expect to come in here and play a dominant game, and they're getting outworked here tonight, and it's continued here to the last remaining minutes of this game.
Now it's ship and chase time, trying to come over the top here. And as you said, Matt, 2:20 to go. Leo will try to redirect it out. It will go, and this will have enough for icing. Neither team with their timeout available, so you will be left with these players, but a relatively fresh line out there. As we are down to 2:14 to go in a 3-1 lead. O'Connell and Diaz, the defensemen. It's Pontello moving in with Popoff. Windecker tied up off the draw. Diaz will play it deep. Lael trying to stop it behind the net. He did, slowed it, got it to the half boards. Holden trying to sweep it to Eckler. He does. Eckler wanted to fight it through to Frank. Instead, it's fired back in. Windecker got it off the glove. He put it off of Diaz, and now Eckler plays it ahead. Bouncing puck again. Eckler never had a shot on. Instead, it's going to be grabbed, and DU will take that face-off all the way back next to Petrak with 1:55 to go in the game.
Most certainly they will, and a good play through two Eagles defenders, but unfortunately his stick was tied up, and that one just seemed to manage to bounce in on Petrak as he was able to get a whistle for his team and keep that clock from counting down and possibly give him another opportunity. But with that whistle, it remains in his defensive zone, and your Panthers get another offensive zone opportunity here with 1:55 left in this one.
Kleiman out to take the draw. DU by a pair. Kleiman knocks it to the boards, and he makes a smart play. Didn't go back to the point with it, just going to keep it tied up along the wall. McCarthy there to help out. It's dug out by the Eagles, though. Flipped up ahead and sent in deep. Jacobs had the hand up looking for an icing. Walsh will touch up, and it will be an icing. Let's send the face-off right back down. 1:41 to go in the game. In the first period, Frank's 15th at the 6:26 mark. We believe it was O'Connell, may have been redirected on the way through as a power play goal at the 7:15 mark of the third period that tied it. Then a goal by Kleiman at 7:46, a goal by McCarthy at 13:50, and that's how DU has the 2-goal lead and still trying to keep the pressure on, trying to swat it deep there was the Panther player McCarthy, and then on second effort, looking to fire it in deep will be Jacobs, and it'll rim around with 1:30 to go. Munford now stepping into it. McCarthy there and Kleiman. How about the trust with the big fella out there with 1:30 to go? Delayed offside. DU will go back. It's off the clock. 1-2-1 for DU. Or excuse me, 1-2-2 for DU as it's brought back, trying to cut through the middle. Cohen lost it. A wind and fire and a kick stop by Gravel, and a dangerous chance there for Popoff. They look to lay it to the point, couldn't get through, and now it's intercepted at center ice. Montague, no icing here. DU making changes. That's fired back in. No icing. Netminder still in for Robert Morris. DU will take this time with 55.5 to go in the third. DU still up by a pair on the number 2 in the land. O'Connell over the line. Chapman just with a forearm shiver pushing the puck deep. Jacobs is caught up somehow with him. I don't know how that all happened, but no. The referee lets him go. Wishmeyer behind the net. 39 to go. Wishmeyer cuts back. They never pulled the netminder. Wishmeyer looking to spin away. Puck out to center. Diaz has it. He'll gain the line and bring it back in. That play looked like it had gone offside. He read it. Had to reload at center. 25 to go. DU starting to feel it. Guys up on the bench here. 21 to go. Puck laid ahead. Intercepted by Flood and knocked back in deep. O'Connell's got to chase it. Ogden will. The applause starts. The banging on the board starts. 11 to go. DU, a great back check by Ogden to break up a rush. That's fired back by Jacobs. Diaz stops it. 5 to go in the third period. Diaz cuts underneath. He's run over. That's going to do it. DU hosts the number 2 team in the country, and they'll get a win on Friday night.
A big win there for your Panthers squad that seemed to struggle the past couple of weekends, stemming off of the Oakland Good Luck Sucks, including with the regular season GLCHL champions Adrian College yesterday or last weekend, and then tonight in the first game of this pairing of the weekend, playing the number 2 team in the country, the CSCHL champions, Robert Morris Eagles, and your Panthers played a superb game. Obviously, a great night in net tonight for Phil Graveline as he made fabulous save after fabulous save, and the Panthers just had the answer for everything the Eagles had to throw at them. When the Eagles scored, the Panthers came right back and scored. And when the Eagles gave them opportunities, the Panthers took part of that and they put one in the net there. And obviously, some forced turnovers there the Eagles want back. They're a quality team. They played a good game, but the Panthers caught them on a night tonight, and the Panthers did everything they needed to get this W, and a huge statement W for them, and it's going to for a stronger battle tonight here at 5:30 p.m. at Patterson Ice Center. So if you're in the local GR West Michigan region, head on over. Even if you're on the east side from where Tom and I fare from, head on over as well, because it's going to be an exciting battle as it was tonight, and it's definitely going to build the anticipation here leading into the GLCHL League playoff.
How about that? Great points, one and all there. Coach Sweeney with some very emphatic high fives to his boys as DU gets a huge win over number 2. This pretty much all but puts to bed any question about whether or not DU will be playing in nationals now.
Most definitely. I'd always say, it's like the Panthers obviously coming in ranked number 12, a very favorable ranking, I thought, from their perspective. Obviously a tough schedule, but they're definitely above Oakland, and this win does secure their spot in the national tournament, no doubt about it, as they've sneaked away, and they didn't sneak away, sorry.
Right.
They battled away a victory here tonight, and they came with a 2-goal win, and obviously Phil Graveline here still nice, and he's going to close out his senior campaign here at home tomorrow night. We'll have 5 seniors being recognized tomorrow. Dustin Wishmeyer, who attended school prior to playing his university hockey, will be graduating this year, so he'll be a senior as well, joining Phil Graveline, Phil Wendecker, and John Brooks. So a number of seniors there, and we'll see them out there. Oh, sorry, I'm missing one more.
What do we got here? Senior, looking for seniors.
Oh, Bo Jacobs.
There it is. Oh.
Man, I missed him, sorry.
That's okay.
Man,
don't worry, I won't tell Bo. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for regulation here. We're going to come back and recap this one in the postgame show, but DU gets an outstanding 3-1 victory over Robert Morris. We'll be back to recap it right after this brief timeout.
Restaurant and Sports Lounge. Voted Grand Rapids Best Sports Bar 6 years in a row. The best in sports action. Red Wings, Pistons, NCAA basketball, including every second of March Madness. Daily drink specials. 22 beers on tap. Express lunch buffet Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Grand Rapids' favorite happy hour with the $2.99 appetizer menu. Incredible takeout and late night pizza specials. Kitchens open until 1:30 a.m. every night. Check out all the great specials and events at ucellos.com. Ucellos Restaurant and Sports Lounge, where great food and sports come together in Grand Rapids, Caledonia, and Standale.
You're listening to the postgame show on The Dan. Stay tuned for more.
Taste is what makes a pizza a Jets pizza. Our special recipe, combined with only high-quality ingredients, fresh dough made daily, rich sauce, and premium mozzarella cheese gives you a great-tasting pizza, no matter what the occasion. Whether it's a family gathering at home or watching your favorite team in your dorm room, ask us about our Jets Pizza's monthly specials. You can call to order one of our specialty pizzas or build one to your own taste with free flavored crust. And make sure to ask for our coupon prices when you call. Whether joining us at our place for lunch or enjoying delivery at your place for a meal or snack, Jets Pizza can deliver not only pizza, but salads, wings, subs, Jets bread, cinnamon sticks, and Coke products. Catering service is available for parties of all sizes. Call your Davenport University Jets in Caledonia at 9349 Cherry Valley Avenue at 891-8800.
Life is short. Eat better pizza. Let's get Jets.
Alrighty, folks, let's bring you back here inside the Patterson Ice Center as a very, very happy Patterson Ice Center as DU will get a 3-1 victory. Let's recap what happened in this one. It started out well for DU. First thing on the score sheet after about 5 minutes of play to start the game without a whistle, it was Frank getting his 15th from Eckler and Bollinger, and DU was up 1-0. Things got a little testy in period number 2 as it started with a slash at the 3-minute mark. Munford, Jacobs, and Sargis all getting roughing calls at 5:41. It created some after the whistle havoc, and Sargis got another penalty just right after he got out of the box. Windecker had to hook to break up a breakaway, but no goals were scored in period number 2. That leads us to the third. After Ellis goes off for interference at 4:40, DU unable to cash in on the power play. Bollinger's stick gets caught up in the paraphernalia of a player kind of up high. Player kind of whips the head around. Bollinger's going to go off for high sticking. That's at the 7:02 mark. It took them all of 13 seconds before a wrist shot by O'Connell found its way into the back of the net. On the power play, DU gives up the power play tally, and we're tied at 1. We would be tied at 1 for all of 31 seconds. After a face-off win, gets to Walsh, and we know the bomb that Walsh has, but what does he do? He goes change up. Don't know if he fanned on it. Don't know if he meant to do it. He throws it towards the net, though. Kleiman gets a stick on it. It redirects past the netminder, and it's 2-1. Kleiman's 12th of the year, and DU would not relinquish the lead. They had another power play opportunity after Petrak got a delay of game for putting the puck out of play. That came at 9:03. DU, again, kind of stagnant on that power play, but then 13:31, a third penalty of the game to Sargis, a roughing call this time, ends up being 19 seconds after that. Windecker tees it up for Kleiman. Kleiman goes end-to-end, uses a little bit of a pick by Bollinger, cuts to the net, fires a pass across the ice. McCarthy with a one-timer, no mistake about it, firing it in. And DU gets their third of the game, gets the 3-1 victory as they beat the number 2 team in the country, pretty much putting any questions about their spot in the national tournament, putting those questions to bed as they get a huge quality win. And now, and again, you know, we mentioned off the top, 2-2-2 in their last 6, but when those 2-2-2 records include wins over 2 top 10 teams, you're doing all right. So that'll do it from tonight. DU with the victory improves to 22-10-0-3 on the year. Robert Morris with the loss will fall to 28-5-0-2. And folks, we got one more for you. It'll be tomorrow. It'll be these teams. 5:15 for the pregame show. 5:30 for puck drop. It's been a wonderful season, and we're not done with it yet. Stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow on The Dan. Everybody have a great night. For my wonderful statistician, David Gerhardt, I'm Thomas Biondo. You folks have a great night, and we will talk to you tomorrow on our final game of the regular season.